So, an engineer, civil engineer, Abdullah Muhammad. Good morning if you've joined us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning on Prime Morning, sir.
Welcome.
Right, so you have said that it cannot be factual that the president says they've constructed that amount of roads in the period, this 5 years period. Why do you say so?
Well, let me say this is my first time on Joy Prime.
Okay.
You are looking lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And that's your photo. You look lovely too.
Thank you.
Oh, you've got swag.
Before I answer the question, the gentleman in the middle, the night suit, said that there was a gentleman on one of the social media speaking about how to do their road construction in their country here and there. And so maybe you could use the same thing here. It's not the case. The template of Europe is different from the template of Ghana. Okay. So a lot of things go into the construction or the materials needed for such construction. I want you both to know that we're not going to speak about what we have done in this country, but I'll just give you a typical example of the authority I have when it comes to road and building construction. I was part of few engineers, about 5, who constructed the Pantan Junction, Oyarifa, Ayimensa, Peduase Lodge, Kitase, Jankama to Ebri, from Ebri to Afirase, Obusmase to Mampong, all the way to Manfi Runabout. And that road is over 16 years.
Oh, Manfi Runabout, to the right goes to Latte, down goes to Ipopong.
Yes, that was the road I did right after school from 2004 to 2007. It was part of the roads earmarked for the 50th anniversary of Ghana's independence. So that road is asphalt and surface dressing. So for the road to have stayed all these years, we are an authority when it comes to the construction of roads in this country. Okay. So that's by the way. Okay, so that when people want to ask the credibility of the person speaking, they have at least one of the roads to talk about. And the Flagstaff House inside the Flagstaff House and behind the Flagstaff House was under our supervision.
Oh, wow. That's good to know, sir.
Right. So if the road has stayed for more than 16 years, with all the line markings, you can't count out to 50 potholes on the road after 16 years. That should tell you the credibility of some of us when we speak on roads and buildings. Anyway, I stated on Joy News, Joy FM on Thursday, or Wednesday or Thursday, that it cannot be that these roads would have been completed in this time. And I stated with a lot of evidence. The first one was last year, May, the Minister for Roads and Highways in his mid-press series, at the end of May, they had a summary of roads that they have constructed from 2017 to 2021. And the list and the cumulative figure is 4,263.37. 4,263.37.
Okay.
Now, this encompasses or entails all the roads they want to describe, i.e., paved or unpaved, gravel or regraveling, rehabilitation, reconstruction, construction, resealing, spot improvement, upgrading, everything that they are sought to clarify in their subsequent response is part of this. Now, so if you have used 5 years to do 4,263, as at May last year, if you give all resources to the contractors, about 20 contractors, to finish over 5,000 kilometers in less than 9 months, it cannot be. And I want to emphasize on that. It can't be possible. The activity of road is a process. It's not an event that you can just have all the money and spend a day or two to finish. Let me give a typical example that I wanted to have. When you look at Ofankor to Nsawam, it's just a 17-kilometer stretch of a road. The contractor has been mobilized and has been awarded the contract since last year. He's yet to start the work. That is just a 17-kilometer, and the record says that it's a 36-month duration. That's a 3-year project. That's for 17 kilometers. But I understand that is a 3-lane to 5-lane carriageway. But that's where we are coming from. If you look at what we did from Pantine through Ayimensa to Manfi, that was about 3 years. And my records of all roads in Ghana is that you give it to the most experienced contractors with even 100% of their cash given to them. The activities involved in construction, if it's a virgin forest where you are going to do a new road, or you are just going to reconstruct an existing road but which has deteriorated, even the management of traffic management, how to sway traffic to one leg and concentrate on one portion, and after some time you sway the traffic to the other portion, and do culvert. A culvert, which is a concrete and iron rod. If it's a box culvert, you're going to do about 5 on the project, or let's say 10. And you even engage the gang of artisans to start 5 at the same time. It may not take you less than 6 weeks to 8 weeks to complete the culvert, the 5. So in constructing of a culvert, like let's say 3x3 or 4x4 meter culvert, like a channel, the one you have around the East Legon that it has not been turned to a vehicle path, what do you call it, underpass, like the one that you can use from Spintex to go to East Legon.
Yes, close to the East Legon police station. That's
a type. It's called it's a box by box culvert. So let's say, so the diameter is what's described maybe 3x3 or 4x4 meter or 1x1 meter.
Okay. What did you say that's called again? A box
culvert.
Okay.
The motorway, the underpass was not intended for vehicles. At the time of the underpass, it was supposed to eliminate conflict between vehicles and animals.
I see.
There were a lot of cattle, the Ghana farms. We used to have the Nkrumah farms along the motorway.
Yes.
The abattoir was on the right. The cows were being reared on the left-hand side, on your Tema bound. So
right.
To avoid conflict between the cattle crossing the main motorway with the vehicles, there was an underpass that you used to go. But with time, development has caught us, and then we decided to use those underpass to be road channels. So that's what they call them, the box by box, maybe 2 meter, 4x4 meter box culvert. Now, when you are constructing that box culvert, the base can take, say, a week. When you finish constructing the base, you start the side and then the top. After cutting that concrete, you cannot put a vehicle on that culvert until it has attained its strength of 28 days, an average of 28 days, before you start to do the filling of the gravel to allow vehicles to go across it, and you move to the other leg. So the processes in construction is not like an event where you can just mount something, the next day you are done. When the rains even come in and your material is so wet, you need to wait for some days to scatter the material, allow some sunshine to get what we call that optimum, like so that when you compact, the material does not spill off. So the processes of all this cannot give us 1 or 9 months of 4,000 to 5,000 added on construction. Now let's ask ourselves this question. These activities have to be captured in the budget, right?
Yes.
But they are major in terms of mileage. You're talking about, so let me give your viewers a description of 1,000 kilometers. You know Accra Central Post Office?
Yes.
From the Accra Central Post Office, where we pick our distances in Ghana. Okay. Anytime we are doing our roads, that's where we pick our first reference from.
Okay.
From the colonial masters. From Accra Central Post Office to end of Paga, the border town, is under 1,000 kilometers.
I see.
It's under 1,000.
Okay.
It's about 930-something kilometers. So you are talking about 6 times that had been added onto our road network in less than 9 months. Do you see the magnitude of what I'm talking about?
I understand now.